What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, Episode 11. So, we start off with Julia and Brandon. Julia thinks she's pregnant. She's having morning sickness. She's having all the symptoms. And they're not even using any type of birth control. He said they're using the pull-out method. Child. Have we learned nothing that pull-out method don't work for nobody, okay? He immediately says, well, I think we need to tell my parents. And she's like, why? Like, I ain't even took a pregnancy test yet, much less gone to the doctor to confirm it. I don't understand these people who feel like the minute you think you're pregnant, you have to make an announcement. I always thought that you didn't tell people until after you were out of your first trimester. I mean, maybe your immediate family, once you got some confirmation, but you didn't tell people because it's always, the first trimester is a really, really, really hard 3 months. I don't understand these people who feel like, oh, we're pregnant, telling everybody. I mean, we're saying the same thing with Jovi down, and we're going to get to them, down to the New Orleans. And I'm just like, what in the hell? So anyway, she doesn't want to do it. He insists. So they end up telling his parents. And his parents said the same thing that I said. Well, I mean, I appreciate the transparency and all, but why are you telling us this before you even took a test? You don't know if you're pregnant. You don't know nothing about whether you're pregnant or not. I would rather wish that y'all had sort of waited before we did all of this. I feel the same way. At the end of the episode, we see them take a pregnancy test, but we don't get the results back. So we don't know what is really going on. Now here's what, let me tell y'all something. This episode really pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. This episode of 90 Day Fiancé really upset me. And I feel like maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll come back. No, I'm gonna go and get it out the way. Because some of these other stories ain't that. Let's talk about, I'm gonna get a couple of these other stories out the way before I get to the nitty gritty. Okay. Rebecca and Zaid. So Rebecca and Zaid go to visit her son. Her son is only a few years older than Zavid. Excuse me. Zavid. First of all, why is he driving? I know he don't have no damn driver's license. I know that y'all have not had time to take that man down to the DMV and get him to fill out and take his driver's test. Because let's be clear, he is new to the country, which means he has to go through the same process that I had to go through when I was 16 years old. First, you got to study the book. You got to get your learner's permit. Then after you get your learner's permit, you got to go through whatever you got to go through as far as taking a class or having driving hours, whatever the state of Georgia requires, and then you have to take your driver's test. And if y'all had time to do all that, then y'all had time to go over to that damn storage unit and get a goddamn couch and some furniture. So why is he driving your car, Rebecca? They get to the son's house, and the son seems cool. The son seems a whole lot nicer than her daughter. And they seem to get along. You know, he's playing with the kids, and he seems really good with the kids, which, of course, brings up a whole nother issue. Rebecca's thing is, listen, even if I wanted to have more kids, I physically cannot. I've had some female situations go down, and I physically cannot have children. And with that being said, I don't know how Zavid is going to feel because he's only in his 20s, and I know he wants children. Now, he told her, listen, I'm good. You good, we good. I'm okay with not having kids. I know that you old. I know you can't do it. I'm good. I told you I'm fine. And she has a valid point. She says, yes, you feel fine now. But what I don't want to happen is for later on down the road, for you to feel like, feel like I kind of tricked you or I kind of pushed you into doing something you didn't want to do. I just feel like that's the risk you take when you date a younger man. Like, if you know you can't have children and you're dating a younger man who may want children, so you have to make up your mind, Rebecca, because he's going to say he's in love. Okay, so you have to make up your mind and say, listen, if I, in your heart of hearts, believe that at a certain point, he may start to feel resentful of you, or he may start to feel like you want something that you can't give him, then maybe right now is the right time to make that decision and make that sacrifice and say, listen, I love you and I want to be with you and I really, really, really wanted this to work out, but it seems like maybe it's not going to work out and I'd rather do it now rather than later and wish you the best. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to spend the next 3 or 4 episodes with you whining about not being able to have children, because you already know what it is. You know you can't have no churn. He told you he's okay with it. So either you going to believe him now or you going to deal with it later. But I ain't about to do this back and forth with you, Rebecca. That is what I ain't going to do. You jealous of the young girl. You brought that up again. Okay? You jealous of the young girl. He told you, listen, I ain't know that's what she meant. Okay? I thought she was just going to help me go get a damn couch. Okay? Because you ain't had time to go down to the damn storage unit. You swear you got so much stuff in the storage unit, but we ain't found time to go get nothing. I just thought somebody was going to help me get something out the storage unit. I ain't know it was an invitation for more. That ain't how women roll down in where I'm from. Tunisia. Okay? Damn. All right. Then we have Hazel and, what's my man's name? Hazel and her man, shoot. Listen, Hazel want a girlfriend. And he was like, listen, I'm not the one that's pushing for this. I'm not the one that wants the girlfriend. Hazel wants the girlfriend, okay? I ain't the one that's making a big deal about this. That is what Hazel is doing. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I could take her to leave this whole girlfriend situation. They called one of his friends, and the friend was like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's going to end well for everybody. We already know that Hazel is a little, jealous, and that she ain't really open to all of that. Like, I ain't here for it, Cool. Now, we got the minutia out the way. Let's get to these 3 major stories. I feel like, let me start with Mike and Natalie. Let's start with Mike and Natalie. So they had their counseling session, and ultimately at the counseling session, Mike says, listen, we are not in love anymore. I love you, you love me, but we are not in love anymore. Because we are not in love anymore, I don't know if we need to be talking about marriage. We need to really be working on some basics. I know we under a time limit. I know we are under the gun, but worst case scenario, we just have to reapply. But we are not really ready to get married right now. So she decides that she's going to go to a counseling session. Here's the problem I have with certain things. Okay, at the end of the day, the counseling session, a doctor is only as good as the information that they are given. When you go to the doctor and you tell the doctor that you have a pain in your foot, but you neglect to tell the doctor that you stubbed your toe, rolled down the steps, and cut your toenail off, and then you want them to figure out what's wrong with your toe and how to fix it. You ain't give them all the information that they needed. So, Natalie, you done went and had yourself a private therapy session. But you can't tell somebody part of a story and then expect to get a proper diagnosis. So she's talking to the counselor, and she's talking about the situation last year where she thought Mike cheated on her. There seemed to be a situation with him staying with a woman, and come to find out that they used to be roommates, but she doesn't know whether they ever dated or not, or whether they were just platonic roommates. And the counselor was like, well, those are questions you need to ask, and you need to find out, and then you need to talk to him about how you're feeling. So she goes to talk to Mike, and her tone from the beginning is accusatory. You're a cheater. Why did you cheat on me? You're a cheater. You're a cheater. And he was like, first of all, why are we still talking about this? I thought we cleared this up. I thought we did this. I thought we were good. Second of all, I didn't cheat on you. And so they end up starting up this whole conversation all over again about the cheating, not cheating, cheating, not cheating. Then he tells her, listen, this ain't gonna work. I can't marry you. We are not ready to get married. I can't marry you. So she's upset. She's like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to go back to the Ukraine? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? We go to fast forward, I guess, a couple of days later. And she was like, well, you need to help me. He was like, I've been trying to help you. I don't know what to do to help you. Well, if you give me my ring, that might help. He was like, I'm not. And I'm like, she is so focused on this ring. Girl, you didn't accuse that man of straight up cheating on you, but you still want a ring. I don't know, child. Jovi and Yara. Okay. She is a bitch. She is yelling at this boy the whole way they get to the party. They get in the party. And it's all smiles. Now, I give her credit for putting on a good face and not ruining the party, okay? She didn't even complain about it being too many people because, of course, we know she didn't want that many people there. So I have to give her credit for that. But golly, I mean, you have been going off and cussing this man out. And she keeps saying because she's pregnant, because she's pregnant, because she's pregnant. And she wants to tell his parents so that they won't look at her crazy or they won't look at her no kind of way when she doesn't want to drink any alcohol, anything like that. And when she's in a bad mood, that they won't think that she's just being standoffish because, you know, she's a bitch. But more so because she's pregnant. So they end up pulling them aside and letting them know that they're pregnant, but don't tell anybody yet. And so, of course, you know, all right, cool. Yay. And then, you know, the party moves on and Jovi's doing what Jovi does. He's drinking and he's socializing. She's upset because he keeps leaving her. You know, he's like, she's like, where's Jovi? Where's Jovi? And even his friends was like, you know, Jovi, he's somewhere drinking, you know, socializing. You know, why does he keep leaving? And then they instigate. Well, why does he keep leaving you by yourself? Why is he leaving you over here? I don't know. Why would he do that? And Jovi is... I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all. Y'all know I be giving Jovi the blues too. But on this one, I was just like, dang. Like, she just did not let up the whole time. When they were doing their dance together, she's whispering in his ear, I hate you. She's calling him a bitch. I mean, it is horrible. And then finally at the end, they're talking to the producers and she is going off with him. I mean, she's cussing him out. She's telling him that he ain't shit and he's this and he's that and he's an alcoholic and he just keeps leaving her to drink and this and that. And finally he was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm not going to keep allowing myself to be talked to this way. I'm done. And he ends up walking off. Child, I don't know. Who's going to be a long 9 months? Jovi. Lord have mercy. All right, last but not least, let's deal with this Stephanie and Ryan situation. Y'all, this whole Stephanie Ryan situation pissed me off so bad. And I'm going to tell you why it pissed me off so bad. Now, I ain't trying to go down the road, but let me go down this road for a minute. Y'all got to walk with me. You're going to have to walk with me. So, we see Stephanie and Ryan having this fight. He's walking out. He's leaving. And she's like, where are you going? Where are you going? He was like, you trying to embarrass me, and I'm not going to let you embarrass me. Well, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to my cab. With what money? So then she goes back in the house and she's all being melodramatic and she is clearly performing for the camera. And what does she do? She turns on them white woman tears, okay? She tells the story. Now, her story done changed 2 or 3 times, but from the first time she told the story to the third time she told the story. But basically, they were getting ready to have sex. She asked him to get a condom. He pulled the condom out, but he never put the condom on. And when she found out that he didn't put the condom on, then she got mad. And she said, I don't understand. I told him I don't trust him. I told him we haven't seen each other for 10 months. And he was like, well, we don't use condoms. Not when it's been 10 months since we've seen each other and I feel like you've been sleeping around on me. I told you that this is what I needed to feel comfortable because I didn't trust you. I told you this is what I needed from you. And he was like, listen, we do this all the time. We play this game, you know. This isn't the first time that we've had sex without a condom. I don't know why she tripping now. She just want to be extra. So then she runs up the steps being real melodramatic, talking about just I don't care what he did, as long as he didn't take my mother's ring. He knows that would hurt me more than anything in the world if he took my mother's ring. He knows that would hurt me. He knows that would hurt me more than anything if he took my mother's ring. I just hope he didn't take my mother's ring. And she does all this searching. Now, he done left them flip-flops. He done left them. He probably done left half the shit that she bought him because he ain't want it no damn way. And he ain't care about it no damn way. She ends up finding the ring because he didn't take it because he don't care. And she calls him to cuss him out and argue. And she's being so dramatic. Again, clearly performing for the camera. Oh my gosh, why would you do that? You do know I don't trust you. Why would you do that? And I was like, girl, really? You doing a whole lot. He ends up hanging up on her. She's like, well, we're done. He's like, okay. She ends up hanging up on him. And then she starts talking about, I need somebody. I need a friend. Who can I call? Oh, I'm going to call Harris. Oh, Harris, I need you. Oh, Harris. The same cousin you slept with the last time y'all had a fight? Him? Girl, if you don't go somewhere with them damn white woman tears. Oh, I was so mad when I watched that. I said, see, that's how people get caught up. That's how these men get caught up. Now later on, she was talking to her astrologist, and she told the astrologist, "Well, we never used condoms. So this is the first time you've wanted this man to use a condom, and you mad because he didn't put one on? Girl, if you don't go somewhere, that genie is out the bottle. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have respected her. He was wrong. If she asked him to put on a condom, he absolutely should have put the condom on. But girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere and stop acting like, girl, bye. Just girl, bye. I can't. I don't have no more for Stephanie. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of this storyline. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole because I really feel like there's some real racial undertones to that, how that whole scene went down, that I don't like. It's just not sitting right in my spirit. But I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.